If you feel like you're working hard, training consistently, eating healthy, and doing everything right, but you're not really losing fat, this video is for you. You see, the problem is usually not your effort, it's that you're focusing on the smallest part of what actually matters. So in this video, I'm gonna break down to you exactly how fat loss works, why burning calories in the gym is overrated, and what truly matters if you wanna get results that actually last in the long run. Our bodies are like a bank account. Imagine your income in the bank account are the calories that you eat, that you consume every day. And imagine that the calories you expend, so the energy you burn, is the money you spend. Yeah, so income, calories in, and your expenses are the calories out. The moment you start spending more money than you get in, so the moment you start burning more calories than you consume, your bank account will start to shrink. A feeling all too familiar, I'm afraid. And so once your checking account is empty, which is the energy that your body has at hand, for example, that could be the glucose in your blood sugar, then it's gonna tap into its savings, and that is your body fat. So just like when your checking account runs out, you have to take money out of your savings account, your body will take energy from its fat storages, which are your savings account, and use those to replenish the energy that you spent. And if you sustain that for a longer period of time, you lose fat. The moment though you start eating more calories than you burn, the moment you start earning more money than you actually spend, your bank account can grow bigger by putting more money into your savings, and your body is gonna store more money for later on your body as body fat. Your body fat is just your body's way of saving energy for later in case there's suddenly no more food available. Now, where most people go wrong is they focus too much on actively burning calories in the gym. But here's why this is actually counterproductive. About 60 to 70% of the total calories you burn every day is your BMR. BMR stands for basal metabolic rate, and it refers to the amount of energy that you will burn if you were to lie the whole day in bed. So if you spend the whole day in bed and do absolutely nothing, your body is gonna burn at least a certain amount of calories. If you're male, around 6 foot and maybe 200 pounds and have some muscle, that might already be 1,900, 2,000 calories. If you're female and a bit smaller, that might be 1,400 calories. But so even if you do absolutely nothing, that's the absolute minimum your body will use per day just to keep you alive through your circulation, keeping the heart pumping. That's 60 to 70% of the total calories you burn per day. Another 20% is going to be burned through non-exercise activity. So any movement, just like I'm doing now, waving my arms, walking around, going to do groceries, shopping, all of that is 20%. And then that last 10%, 10 to 15% is made up of two things. One is energy burned while you're digesting food, and two is exercise. So as you can see, exercise is only a fraction of the total amount of energy we burn per day. And one of the main reasons why strength training is so good for keeping the weight off long term is because it helps you build muscle mass. And muscle mass is metabolically active, which is just a smart way of saying it burns more energy. So remember how 60 to 70% was your BMR, where maybe even if you do nothing, you already burn 1,800 calories? For about every 2 pounds of muscle you get, you're gonna burn another 40 calories at rest doing nothing. So if you end up getting 20 pounds of muscle extra, that's you burning almost 400 calories per day extra doing nothing. As a consequence, you can eat a lot more without it affecting your weight, and life's great because you can eat more food and not gain weight. Isn't that the perfect world? The lesson here is to stop seeing training as a way to just burn calories because they don't really matter. Instead, we want to increase our energy expenditure at rest. That's priority number one, through building muscle. Second would be to look at moving more during the day. And third, we can look at the rest. Also, a lot of people will look at their calorie tracker, whether that's a Fitbit or Apple Watch or a Garmin, and they'll see that they burned maybe 1,000 calories after doing a workout. And they'll think, I burned 1,000 calories. Let me go have a burger and some fries, which will end up also being 1,000 calories. But here's what most people don't know, is that they actually did a study on this at Stanford, where they compared the conventional fitness trackers to medical grade equipment. And they found that even the best of fitness trackers were off by 30%. The worst ones were off by 90%, completely inaccurate. But so what that means is if your watch tells you you burned 1,000 calories, it's in reality more like 700 at best, So if you go and eat a burger and fries after because you deserve it and you worked hard and you eat 1,000 calories, even though you burned 700, what happens? You get extra calories that will be stored as body fat if your total day is a surplus. And because tracking the amount of calories you burn, A, doesn't matter, B, is not very accurate, what we can do accurately, however, is calculate the amount of calories we consume. And this is why so many people tell you to track your calories. Now, you don't need to obsess about it, to tracking every vegetable you put in your salad. And if you track your calories for a week and you see that you're eating 2,200 calories and you track your weight before and after that week and you see that nothing happened, it means if you start eating 2,000 calories, next week your weight should go down. If you lost weight, then great, you can just stick to these calories and keep doing what you're doing. But this is why tracking your calories consumed makes a lot more sense than tracking the calories that you burn. Now, the strength training should be the base of your training. If you're able to train 3 to 4 times a week, you can do strength 2 to 3 times of these, and 1 or 2 I would advise to do cardio. If you do too much cardio and not enough strength, you're not gonna build muscle, and even though cardio burns more calories in the short term, it's not going to allow you to build muscle. This is why strength training is actually a long-term approach for losing weight. Now, the cardio is still great to keep in there. Again, if you work out 4 times, a 2 or 3 strength, 1 cardio would be great. If you're able to do 3 strength and 2 cardio, which is what I do, that's even better. You see, cardio is able to give you a lot of cardiovascular benefits that strength training just isn't. So it's good to do both. So you use strength training as a base to build more muscle. Then remember, the second biggest part of the daily energy you burn is non-exercise activity. And this is why doing more steps per day is the second best way to lose more weight. 1,000 steps should take you about 50 minutes. It's really easy to do, and it's low intensity. It's not very demanding exercise, so you can do a lot of it and you can recover very easily from it as well. Now, most of us don't have the time to be doing 15, 20,000 steps a day. I can definitely appreciate that. But 7K per day is a great starting point, and you can build that up to 10, maybe 12,000. If you have a Fitbit, those tend to overshoot a little bit, so you might actually have to push a bit more. But generally, your iPhone or Apple Watch or Garmin are a lot more accurate in that. If you have an Android, then that's the problem right there. When it comes to doing cardio, a great way to burn a lot of calories fast is doing high intensity. But if you're not at that level yet, because it's a lot more demanding, it's harder to recover from, and you might have to join a group class for it, you can just do low intensity cardio. So a very light jog or even a fast walk on an incline in the gym on the treadmill for 30, 45 minutes twice a week is great. You don't really need much more than that, and it's gonna help you get your steps in and burn a bit more calories than you normally would. And as long as you maintain a pace where you can still maintain a conversation, you're not like too out of breath, feeling like you're about to lose a lung, then that's a good pace to have. You will actually build your aerobic base a lot faster that way. Now, the last little bit together with calories burned during training was calories burned during digestion. And certain foods require more energy to digest than others. And the number one food that requires the most energy is, you probably guessed it, protein. And it's just one of the reasons why protein is your best friend when it comes to building muscle and helping you lose fat. One, because it supports muscle recovery and muscle growth. It keeps you more full. And also about 15 to 30% of the calories you consume from protein can already be used towards digestion, which means 300 calories from chicken breast might actually only end up being 200 because you might need 100 calories to actually digest it. Whereas with carbs or fats, it's a lot less, more like 4, 5, max 10%. And this is also why not all foods are equal. You want to prioritize protein, add a lot of fiber wherever you can, so legumes, veggies, fruit, wherever possible, and then fill up with the carbs and the fats. Fiber is the other thing that is Fiber is the other nutrient that really helps you stay full, and not a lot of people talk about it actually. They only mention protein. Not a lot of people mention fiber, which is the second key player when it comes to reducing hunger, and you can just add a lot more volume to your food and eat a lot more food while consuming less calories. It's also really good for your digestion and long-term health. And finally, one of the most underrated fat loss tools is sleep. They've actually done studies where they had 2 groups of people. One group was sleeping 5 hours a night, the other group was sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. And they found that the group that was sleeping 5 hours a night lost less weight, another group sleeping 7 to 8, and not only that, more of the weight that they lost was lean mass. So, and you lose less weight, and you lose more muscle and less fat if you don't sleep. Also, if you don't sleep enough, your energy is worse, so moving, working out gets tougher, your mood is worse, everything gets tougher, and also your hormones go out of whack. The hunger hormone ghrelin goes up, the hormone that tells your brain that you are full goes down. So everything just becomes a lot tougher. So in summary, you want to keep strength training as the base to focus on building muscle in order to keep the weight off long term. When it comes to nutrition, you want to eat more protein, more fiber, and track your calories to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. It's kind of like tracking your expenses when you're trying to save money. Yeah, the same thing applies to tracking calories. You want to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a night to make life a lot easier for you. You can do 2 to 3 strength sessions a week and 1 to 2 cardio sessions a week. And also make sure to drink 3 to 4 liters of water, especially if you're a guy. If you're a woman, you can get away with a little bit less than that, more like 2 to 3 liters. If you're not sure how many calories you need to eat to reach your goal, you can go to the description and use my free AI macro calculator. It's a lot more accurate than those online calculators you find out there, and it's completely free. And if you need one-on-one help to help you build muscle and start losing 1 to 2 pounds of fat every week, you can apply to work with me in the description. Life is too short to wake up every day not feeling proud and confident about how you look. Now, losing fat is one thing, but if it comes back a few months later after you lost it, there's no point. And the way to keep the fat off in the long term is to build muscle. So if you want to learn how you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time, you can watch this video right here.